Tonight on my show, I have the handsome Adam Park Tin Nam as my special guest. Now, Adam is an actor based in Hong Kong. And Adam, would you like to share, with my 1FM 91.3 listeners, your Cantonese name and Chinese name?
Hello, everybody. Adam Park speaking here. Park Tinao, Yu and Bo Tianan 是我的话语名字. Lovely to talk to you all. I'm really, really happy to talk to everyone in Singapore because I know there's a lot of fans out there. Hello.
Awesome, Adam. And it's so nice to have you joining me here on the show. Now, if you enjoy watching Hong Kong drama series, you may have seen Adam in such dramas as Inevitable and Love Suddenly. Now, Adam, first of all, what have you been up to? I know you're a busy man.
Actually, I've been busy. There's a new character that I'm working on right now. It's slightly different from, I always say that, it's slightly different. This one is challenging because it's about love and it's about sort of forbidden love. And that's all I'm going to say. But really happy to dive into these new characters.
Now, you were born in Australia and you eventually found yourself acting in Hong Kong. So how did this happen?
A lot of wrong turns and a lot of being positive. Definitely. I think I started off being a designer and really wanted to do that. And one of my uncles said, if you're designing in Amsterdam, then why don't you try Hong Kong? So I did. And when I came back out of work for a little while and found some work doing promotions and modeling, and eventually thought, I'm kind of halfway doing it anyway. Why don't I try and be an actor and really, really try and live out the dream? And I'm very lucky, very fortunate to have found myself into Mandarin Motion Pictures, the company that I'm in now. So very, very grateful.
And you certainly have a lot of followers, even people in Singapore. Now, how does it feel to receive a nomination for Best New Performer at the Hong Kong Film Awards?
A lot of pressure because at the time my Cantonese wasn't really that good, and I was actually really, really worried if I'd say something wrong on stage. Thankfully, it gave me a lot of motivation, and I didn't actually win, so I didn't have to say the speech. But it made me feel good inside because it's very difficult to call yourself an actor, and when they give you a nomination saying that new coming actor, it just makes you feel more confident about what you're doing.
I heard that you're a university graduate from the University of New South Wales in Sydney. So, what did you major in?
I majored in Bachelor of Design, in particular objects and furniture. So actually really nice to have a university degree, but I realized that after university, it didn't count for anything.
But I'm sure you have a keen eye for design. And what was life like during your undergraduate days?
I found it really strange because every time I did design, I was always interested in looking up Chinese furniture, Japanese furniture. I was really into Asian kind of design culture, even though back then, I had decided that I wanted to go back to Asia. But I found out that with every little project that I did, I wanted to go home. I could say I wanted to go home more, and it was eventually leading me back here.
And are your student friends, surprised about your move into acting?
I don't know if they actually know. Because
I have a lot of Australian people connected to my Instagram. And one of them we have Australian listeners. I must tell you that.
I'm actually meeting more Australians now than I've been before in Australia. I don't know if they actually know because it's such a different thing, and I don't know if they watch Hong Kong film, but I do hope they do watch. Must be surprising for them.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite activity in Australia? Something that you miss.
Oh, bodyboarding. I miss going to the beach.
Yes.
Spending a whole afternoon in the salt water, not washing my hair, going home and having a great meal. It's a nice workout too. Back then, before I went to gyms and stuff, the ocean was the best way to get fit. So I do really miss going bodyboarding.
Okay, who knows? Maybe a Singapore film director will notice you and cast you in a movie, and then the filming would be in Australia. Who knows?
It sounds good. Isn't this what it's for, right? Find me, Adam Park.
And have you been to Singapore before?
I've only ever stopped over. I haven't had the privilege to work there or chill there and eat. I hear the food, the laksa is amazing. So that's definitely one of the places that I want to stop over.
Laksa, chicken rice, you gotta try Singapore style.
Hainan Hainan chicken. I hear it's the best thing.
And Adam, what's the most challenging thing, about being an actor in Hong Kong? I mean, are there some lessons that you learned along the way?
Oh, a lot, many, many, many. I think the language is number one. Number
Hmm.
two is the culture here is so different. Sometimes you have to be in the other people's face, or you need to have a really thick skin to work in Hong Kong. It's a very
Hmm.
fast place, and you really need to know your stuff. And not only that, but you need to be able to take challenges, face a couple of insults, and just brush it off, and take compliments and don't go too high with them. Not to be too gloated. I think it's a very challenging place to work in, because there's so many eyes and so much competition here. So I do like the challenge.
But I think you're doing well. And if there's a dream project or role that you would like to fulfill, what is that dream? I mean, is there a film director, whose works that you admire and you hope to get an opportunity to work for this director?
Oh, Wong Kar-wai, of course. No, there are so many. Just that time period. There's so many like artistic films that I would love to be involved in. It's even just silent films where you don't say too much and it's about love. Perhaps love, that sort of thing that I really want to do. Haven't had a chance to do that yet, but always have my fingers crossed. That job's just around the corner.
And Adam, where do you draw your emotions from, when you're acting out a scene? I mean, tell me something that you worked really hard at, to make a particular scene work, because I do know that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, right? And you've got to put in the effort. And sometimes, it can be quite stressful.
Well, let's talk about inevitable. In that, I had to be a father, and I have to have children, and I have to have my
Mhm.
son die, in my presence. So that obviously I don't have a child. But for that film, I had to do a lot of research. I found a father, which is roughly the same age as me. He has a
Mm.
son that's 11, and I drew a lot of inspiration from him. During that time, that's when I got my baby corgi, and even though that's not a baby, but it's still, I have to care for another living thing, and it's not easy. It's not easy. And I think if you guys have seen Inevitable, there's a lot of crying scenes. I just got to think of being bullied or not getting the marks that I want, or some really really life anchors that I've actually experienced to kind of bring it out and hopefully to be able to show the emotion on screen. So a lot of research had to be done for that character.
Now, how would you describe yourself, Adam, off the screen? What kind of guy are you?
Off the screen, I'm always trying to find something to do. Either trying to build some furniture, do some drawings, do some more homework, watching films, TV series. I'm always need to have my hands busy. Something has to be on my mind.
And as an actor, right, you play different characters. They all represent different sorts of people with different values. So
Hmm.
in real life, right, what values are important to you? With people, what sort of values do you really need, to see in people and
Well,
yourself?
I think what I learned from a lot of Ji Sokla, one of my teachers, is that life is really about acting. Acting is really about life.
Mm,
How you live your life, how you make choices in life, and that's how your characters will be. So if you're a bit of a sneaky person, then all your characters will be sneaky. So what he said is use the characters that you do, and first of all, learn how to be a better person. And I try to in life, try to be as well mannered as I can, be as patient and calm as I possibly be. I know it's difficult. But then I find that it does help. It gives you more time to make choices. Gives you more time to be empathetic towards the people around you. And I think that that's very important as an actor and as a person, to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be.
And I can see that you have excellent communication skills because you communicate so easily with me right here on the show. So, it's a natural thing.
Only in English.
Only in English. I gotta learn some Cantonese from you. Now, Adam, when it comes to your me time moment, free time, right?
Mhm.
What do you like to enjoy to relax? Like, is it like a spa treatment, gym workout? Do you go running or trekking or swimming? How do you actually relax?
I wish it was the things above. I really do. It'd be easier to answer. No, what I really like to do is upgrade my furniture.
Okay.
Like, because sometimes I make a bench, and because of time constraints or the resources that I have at the time, it's only like 20 centimeters wide. And when I sit on it, it's not as comfortable as I'd like it to be. So when I do have time, I like to upgrade things. From 20 centimeters, move it to 30 centimeters, 40 centimeters. Make new legs for the tables, that sort of thing. It makes because like I don't get to spend a lot of time at home, and I like to, when I come home, have everything ready so I can sit down. But a lot of the time, because I don't have enough time, I tend to half-finish projects, some half-finished paintings as well. So that's what I like to do. Finish projects that I started at home.
So interesting to talk to you today on my show. Not just an actor, but someone who also, does furniture design. And of course, you have, a lot of talent in you. So we wish you all the best, Adam. And of course, you got to say something to my listeners, 1FM 91.3 listeners right here in Singapore and the rest of the world. Like I said, some people are listening from Australia as well.
No pressure at all. I'm Adam Park, 我天南. And I love film, and I believe Hong Kong films are on the rise. And look, I'm an actor trying to find my way in the world, and I believe that the international community is more than ready for more films, more great actors. So I'm learning, and I hope that you all will learn with me and give me support on every one of my roles, or the ones that you want to see.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Good times. Greatest hits. 1FM 91.3.